The manager had started her practice of weekly breakfast meetings more than 20 years ago. The financial office's unconventional method of analyzing data was reinforced by the Business Journal article. She verbally reprimanded the new hire in front of his entire team. The guarantee was made only verbally. A cell phone is a small device that is easy to carry around. You can connect this device to your computer and use it to store your files. The computer program facilitated the scheduling of appointments. The recent graduate networked with her mother's co-workers. After the new commercials began running, the popularity of the batteries increased significantly. There is a process for determining why your computer is malfunctioning. We have been looking for 3 months and we've found no one who can replace our former administrator. We see a revolution in the computer field almost every day. There was a sharp decline in calls to the help desk after we upgraded each employee's computer. The software developer has excellent technical skill and would be an asset to our software programming team. Altman's job as designer of electronic tools makes good use of his manual dexterity skills. This software allows me to integrate tables and spreadsheets into my reports. You can store more data on a zip drive. You can store hundreds of songs on an iPod. Technically speaking, the virus infected only script files. We find that our younger employees tend to be more technically skilled. Her assistant copied and assembled the documents. To speed up the mailing, we should prepare the labels beforehand. There was a complication with the delivery because the address was written incorrectly. Complications always arise when we try to cover too many topics in one letter. We hired a courier to deliver the package. The courier service will clear the goods through customs. We plan to distribute copies of the announcement throughout the building. It's important that this document be there tomorrow, so please send it express mail. Fold the letter into 3 parts before stuffing it into the envelope. Don't fold the document if it doesn't fit the envelope. We had to change the layout when we changed the size of the paper. There was no mention of the cost in the proposal. We petitioned the postal officials to start delivering mail twice a day in business areas. This letter was not proofed very carefully. It is full of typing errors. Please proof the memo one more time before you distribute it. The brochure was revised several times before it was sent to the printer. The recruiter was surprised by the abundant number of qualified applicants. The company was interested in hiring her because of her list of accomplishments. Our goal this year is to bring together the most creative group we can find. The president of our company is a candidate for the Outstanding Business Award. In order to find good candidates for the position, we need to come up with a good advertising plan. Generally, the first year's salary is commensurate with experience and education level. It is difficult to make a decision when both candidates seem to be a perfect match. The recruiter told him that, unfortunately, he did not fit the job profile. The job seeker had done extensive volunteer work and was able to add this experience to his list of qualifications. When the consulting firm recruited her, they offered to pay her relocation expenses. The applicant submitted all her paperwork in a professional and timely manner. Even though it was time-consuming, all of the participants felt that the open house was very worthwhile. The designer's ability was obvious from her portfolio. The ability to work with others is a key requirement. The college graduate applied for 3 jobs and received 3 offers. Everyone who is interested should apply in person at any branch office. Your background in the publishing industry is a definite asset for this job. The human resources manager called in all the qualified applicants for a second interview. Good applicants show confidence during an interview. Good applicants show confidence during an interview. He had too much confidence and thought that the job was his. The company is constantly looking for highly trained employees. Our department head is an expert in financing. The candidate demonstrated that he was an expert in marketing. Always follow up an interview with a thank you note. Marla was hesitant about negotiating a higher salary. It is very important to act professionally during a job interview. The candidate presented her qualifications so well that the employer offered her a job on the spot. Her hand trembled and she spoke weakly at the interview. She wrote so weakly we couldn't read it. We planned to conduct the training session in the auditorium. The interviews were conducted over a period of 3 weeks. The new training program generated a lot of interest among employees. The new hire has integrated well with his colleagues. The workers were told that they must keep up with the changes or they would find themselves without jobs. There are few people in this world that I look up to as much as I look up to you. One problem with many programs is that the mentors don't feel invested in the progress of the employees with whom they're working. Are you aware of the new employee's past work history? The manager didn't have any basis for firing employee. Although the analyst earned a better salary at his new job, his benefits were better at his previous job. We all benefit from the company's policy of semi-annual reviews. The company compensates employees for overtime by paying double for extra hours. The company will compensate employees for any travel expenses. The manager delicately asked about the health of his client. Some employees may be eligible for the tuition reimbursement plan. My manager thinks flexibly, enabling herself to solve many sticky problems. The associate looked forward to the day that she would be able to negotiate her own contracts. With his raise, Mr. Danoff was able to afford to buy a new car. She retired at the age of 64 but continued to be very active with volunteer work. The day that Ma Wang became fully vested in the retirement plan, she gave her 2 weeks' notice. The intern spends more than half of her wages on rent. Your main achievements will be listed in your personnel file. Joseph's achievements in R&D will go down in company history. Make sure your boss is aware of the work you contributed to the project. The director's dedication to a high-quality product has motivated many of his employees. The regional director was looking forward to the new, larger offices. The workers always look to him to settle their disagreements. You have been such a loyal advisor for so many years. I'm not sure what I'll do without you. Employees are evaluated on the merit and not on seniority. Your work has improved tremendously and is of great merit. Her tardiness was obviously resented by her co-workers. The managers had a very productive meeting and were able to solve many of the problems. The assistant director promoted the idea that the director was incompetent. Recognition of excellent work should be routine for every manager. Employees value their colleagues' opinions. The expert valued the text at 7,000. She bargained for over an hour, finally reducing the price by half. Maya can't bear crowded stores, so she does most of her shopping online. If you can bear with me, I'd like to stop in one more store. Suspicious behavior in a department store will draw the attention of the security guards. The line at this checkout is too long, so let's look for another. Some people use shopping as a way to comfort themselves after a stressful day. The new manager has significantly expanded the store's inventory. The collector likes to explore antique shops looking for bargains. The grocery store has a special checkout line for people who purchasing fewer than 10 items. Do you think I can get all these items into one bag? There is a mandatory limit of 9 items for use of this checkout line. I am very impressed with the quality of the merchandise on this website. Our store strictly enforces its return policy. The clothing store tries to stay on top of all the new trends. She followed market trends closely before she bought a clothing franchise. We order from that supplier because of the consistent quality of the merchandise. The stationery department plans to diversify its offering of paper products. The new enterprise quickly established an account with the office supply store. This enterprise has become unmanageable and is beginning to lose money. Essentially, she wants to win the contract and put a competition out of business. This room will function as the supply closet while the office is being painted.